All right, and we are back. Welcome everyone to Socially Bearded. My name's Mick. And before we get started today, I have one question that I'd like to ask everybody that's watching this. And that question is, what rock concert only costs 45 cents? 50 Cent featuring Nickelback. That one was worse than the last one. Alright guys, stay tuned through the intro. I'll be right back with you, and we will be talking about Woolly Wizard Beard Co. Alright, so Woolly Wizard Beard Co. Owner, his name's Tyler. Before we get started, me and him we have done a boatload of talking. We know each other, fairly well. I mean, as well as you can know somebody, that's a couple thousand miles away from you. He is based out of London, Ontario, up in Canada. So we got a Canadian company today. We all know, most of us know, that our Canadian companies generally have a track record of being, really high quality. They have, a lot more rigorous testing of the products, things like that we in America don't have to go through just yet. I have a feeling, that's kind of coming, that'll end up being, here too. But for now, it's just in Canada, and myself, I have grown to expect quality from Canada. So, a little bit about Tyler. He, in 2017 is actually when Woolly Wizard first launched, but his facial hair days kind of go back to, the day he turned 18 and probably even a little before. He's always had some sort of facial hair, a goatee, a short beard, something. And he when he would let his beard grow out, it would always get itchy, dry skin, dandruff, stuff like that. He found a company, I'm assuming fairly local to him, that provided beard oil, maybe beard balm. Up there in Canada, they have some pretty gnarly winters, so balm is more common up there than butter on a lot of your really small batch companies. But so anyway, that's the products he was using. Really started to like it, so he just kind of let the beard go. Fast forward a few years or a few months ahead of time, and that company that he was using and he loved, they stopped making products. So he was kind of lost. I use a plethora of different companies, so obviously, I'm probably not going to have that problem with all of them shutting down at once. But if you're brand new to the game and you don't really know how vast, the beard product companies are, that would be kind of devastating. So what did he do? He formulated his own. He's like, well, okay, so it seems somewhat simple enough. Let me go ahead and give this a shot. And he played around with it. Finally come up with a blend that worked for him. We've told this a similar story to this on this channel a few times. Once he got it dialed in where he wanted it, I'm assuming he gave it to friends, family, people with just bearded people in general. Got really good feedback on it. So hey, you know what? Fast forward to 2017, and boom, Woolly Wizard is born. And ever since, he has been, he's just been kind of slowly branching out. I'm assuming he started with oil, then moved up to an oil and a balm. And now he offers an oil, a balm, a butter. He also makes chapsticks. His wife has been making bar soaps. I was lucky enough to get to have one and test out. And without giving away too much, I'll just say that it is a very, very decent bar soap. So, if you already know about Woolly Wizard or you're in the market for some good soaps, kind of be on the watch out for that. So your ingredients are going to be jojoba, argan, hemp seed, grapeseed, sweet almond, and castor. And then along with your essential and or fragrance oil blend for the thin, of course. Now let's go over the butter ingredients. And that's going to be shea butter, cocoa butter, jojoba oil, hemp seed oil, grapeseed oil, and sweet almond oil. Okay, now for the balm. So the balm's going to be shea butter, beeswax, jojoba, argan, and coconut. And if I'm being honest, I don't have a balm to show you today, but I have had one of his balms before, and I remember it actually being a fairly decent product. We won't really go into that because I don't have it to show you, but I did want to go over the ingredients in case you're a balm person. You know, if you're in Canada watching this, Tyler has actually told me that he has a lot more balm sales than butter sales. Being up there in Canada, you know, the winters are just harsh up there, and them guys, you know, they feel like they need the protection of a balm kind of over a butter. So that'll kind of be, you know, I just kind of wanted to cover the balm there in case we got any of our friends from up north watching. So let's talk about scent. So the first scent I got for you now. Okay, so just a little disclaimer here. This is a custom scent profile. While we're talking about scents, Tyler does have 8 to 10 permanent line scents, but also he has a game on YouTube that we play every Thursday called Beard Oil Roulette. We'll get into that here in just a little bit, but in that game he has a ton of different scent profiles that you can choose from. So if you want something custom, hit Tyler up, Woolly Wizard on Instagram. You can also email him. I'll throw the email up right here, and that way you can get a hold of him, you know, if you would like something custom. Also, I think there's a spot on the website to where you can ask for a custom profile. I'll check more into that, and I'll put something in the description about it. But yeah, custom is a, you know, a custom scent profile is kind of one of his big things. But this one is a tobacco and teak wood. Now, it's simple, but very, very effective. I reached out to Tyler and I asked for this without grapeseed and a custom profile of tobacco and teak wood. And let me tell you, it is blended amazingly well. Actually, he liked this so much that I do believe he is considering making that a permanent scent. So, you know, you get the cologne, the earthy cologne vibe from the teak wood. The tobacco, he's got a really nice pipe tobacco, just very slightly sweet, perfect to mix with a earthy cologne, you know, type scent such as teak wood. So definitely going to recommend that. You know, if you're somebody that likes custom scents, you know, you definitely need to try this one out. It's different. I have other tobacco teak woods. I actually have 2 other ones, and no 3 of them are the same. This one's really unique, but man, that tobacco he uses is really, really nice. Like I said, it's an earthy, sweet type tobacco. It's not one of them really artificial smelling tobaccos. Even though it is a fragrance, it has a real tobacco vibe to it. This is my very first Beard Oil Roulette win. Now, early on, Beard Oil Roulette would end up usually being 2 cents, right? Peppermint pine, you know, just something like that. Now it's kind of evolved. We put 5 and 6 cents in a bottle now through Roulette, and we have come up with some amazing stuff. But this one right here, sometimes simple is best. Well, that is true with this. This is blueberry bergamot. Just simply that. And it is so nice. His blueberry fragrance it's unexplainable. I've smelled this type of blueberry scent before, but never in something that you put on your body. It's you know, I mean, it just almost smells like a blueberry candy. You know, it's like a really sweet, not tart at all, like a really sweet type blueberry. And then you mix it with that bergamot, which is a citrus, you know, almost a orangey, lemony type scent, kind of mixed into one. Bergamot is a little tart, or at least the ones that I've experienced are. But again, really good. So you got the tart from the bergamot, you know, got a little bit of a bite to it, and then you've got that sweet, like candied blueberry scent. And guys, I am here to tell you this one is absolutely phenomenal. Alright, the next one is going to be in a beard butter. Now, this is the scent of beard butter he makes. He has come out with another butter scent called Druid's Grove, but I don't have that, so we won't talk about it. Now, this is called Vanilla Alchemy, and it is simply a vanilla beard butter. And actually how this came to be, like I said, Tyler was an oil and balm guy. You know, that's what he sold. he kind of started getting really involved in the community and was paying attention to, you know, what everybody was talking about. And everybody was talking about something called butter. So he started playing around with it. And what he has come up with is actually really super cool. The scent, yes, it's plain. It's a plain vanilla scent, but I'm going to tell you something. You can mix vanilla with anything. I have not found anything that this scent will not mix with. So, to me, that's better than an unscented. An unscented will obviously go with everything, but so will this vanilla. So, again, keep that in mind. Definitely recommend this based off scent also. Alright, consistency and fill-in beard. We'll start with the butter. So, you can tell that thing was full plumb to the top. I mean, you can see the fill level on it right here. I have used this butter more in the last 2 months than I have ever used a butter, you know, consistently like that. This is what you call a semi-whipped butter. That consistency there. So it's what it's going to be. It's going to be right dead in the middle of a poured or a whipped. Just melts right down. No problem, you know. I have grown to like your semi-whipped butters. I have some butters that are incredibly whipped. Like they're like Cool Whip. They're so light and fluffy, and I don't dislike those butters, but my preference has kind of moved to a semi-whipped. So, you know, I guess kind of the process, you know, you're just going through there whipping, and when you start to actually see it becoming a whipped butter, I would assume somewhere around that point you would stop. You know, you've still got some of the weight to a poured butter, like a poured butter has, but then you have that fluffy, really easy to melt down, really easy to get into the beard, you know, properties of a whipped butter. So to me, it's kind of the best of both worlds. I've had a few semi-whips, and again, I really love them all. And as far as, you know, filling beard for the butter, I mean, you just heard me say I've worn that more over the last 2 months than I've worn anything. It goes in the beard really super easy for me personally. A lot of the butters I use, they feel kind of sticky and heavy going in. This one absolutely is the opposite of that. It is light going in. There has been times I've reached down there and actually scooped a little more out because I didn't feel like I was, you know, like I said, it goes in so light that I didn't feel like I was getting enough in there. What you just seen on my finger is about what I use. Filling beard is definitely great with the butter. Like I said, it does its job 100%, and I think Tyler's really got something going with this butter here. Alright, now for the oil. So, a while ago you heard me read out hemp seed. Let's see if I can get that to focus there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's got kind of a green, a slight green hue to it. It's kind of hard to see that through the camera, but it has a green type of hue to it. It is it's what I would call probably a straight medium. It's got a little castor in it, so I would definitely call this a straight medium. It's got the sweet almond oil, which is slightly thicker. You know, that's kind of towards the front. It's got the castor in the bottom, and then it's got a few thinner oils in it. So, like I said, I think the consistency on your oil is going to be a straight medium, maybe leaning a little bit towards a medium light, but filling beard. So, most of you guys know that grapeseed and my beard, they are oil and water. You know, they don't mix. I am not the biggest fan of grapeseed, especially the higher the percentages go. So I do have both blends sitting here in front of me. Now, the blend with grapeseed, is it a bad blend? Absolutely not. I've worn it quite a bit, actually. I think with the strict regulations in Canada, you know, I think hopefully you're going to get a little better quality than, you know, in your grapeseed oil than you do at some of these places here in the States. So his blend with grapeseed oil, it feels good in the beard. You know, like I put it in at night and I get up the next morning after all that time. I get a little bit of hay beard, and that's what grapeseed does to me. It just kind of gives me the hay beard feeling. It won't soak in around my chin, so I get greasy, yucky feeling around the chin. With this one, it's nowhere near as bad as some. I do get a little bit of that effect with it, but again, guys, this is not because it's a bad product. This is because my beard does not like grapeseed, so keep that in mind. Now, the blend that I have without grapeseed, which is going to be the tobacco teakwood, that is and I can tell a pretty significant difference. Not enough to keep me from using one or the other, but I can tell a difference. The blend without grapeseed is much better. No greasy residue, great feeling beard. My beard styles really well with this oil. I've never tried to style it with the butter in. I'm just a nighttime butter guy, but the oil, you know, the beard styles really well, softens the beard really, really nice. You know, I've never had a problem with acne, dry skin, you know, anything like that when using this oil. When I first got it, I used it for a week straight, and then before the filming of this video, I used it for about another 4 days. And then I've used it periodically over the last several months. So I've had enough testing to say that, you know, say it's got a good feeling beard and then it's a good product. Pricing. So a 1 ounce beard oil is going to run you $20 even. A 2 ounce butter is going to run you $22 even. Again, you know, we've went over what I think the average price, you know, or the market average is for these products, and we won't get back into that, but I will say I think $22 for a 2 ounce butter is totally fine. Really, I think there's a little more than 2 ounces in this container. It's a pretty heavy container despite being semi-whipped. Like I said, I would consider it more closer to 3 ounces probably. It doesn't feel like a 2 ounce butter for sure. It feels heavier than that. And your balm, for the website says a 1 ounce for $18. Now, I don't know if that's correct or not. I almost feel like that might have been a typo, and I could be wrong about that. But I feel like his balms are a 2 ounce balm. But again, I could be wrong about that. I will double check myself again. Like I said, the website does say it's a 1 ounce for $18. You know, honestly, that is a little high. You know, I would rather that be, you know, down around 12 at the most. Be a little more comfortable with it at 10. But now, if we are talking about a 2 ounce balm, then $18 is totally fair. You know, maybe even a little below, you know, what a lot of them cost. So, like I said, guys, I'll double check myself on that, and I'll throw it in the description, or I'll throw it up right here. Alright, so conclusion on the beard product. So basically what I can say is, you know, Tyler's been at this. He's been doing it for 4, maybe even a little over years right now. So I think he's got it down pretty well. There is some change suggestions that I've made, nothing major, you know, but again, you know, he can't change everything about his company just to please me. So, you know, maybe if that was something that, you know, he feels like would change, you know, for everybody for the better, you know, maybe that's something he might want to, you know, employ. But overall, guys, I definitely recommend Woolly Wizard. He's got some pretty wacky scents. He's got one called Caramel Pipe Tobacco. It's really fun. Druid's Grove sounds really nice. So, you know, jump on Woolly Wizard's site, check him out. You can hit him up in the DMs for customs, stuff like that. But, you know, with that being said, guys, I definitely give Tyler and Woolly Wizard my full recommendation. Alright, so earlier in the video, I mentioned something called beard oil roulette. Said we'd talk about it a little later. So, just for time purposes, I'm going to try to kind of hurry it up. But you can also go back to some of my streams. Go back and find the one that says Woolly Wizard, and we actually play around a roulette on there. But basically what this is, Tyler, he kind of wanted a way to get his company name out there, but he really wanted to engage with the community at the same time. You know, he was joining in on live streams, watching in or listening at work, you know, and I guess every time, you know, by the time the stream was over, it kind of left a little something to be desired. So he said, you know what, maybe I'll start a stream. Maybe we can make it interactive. Well, he has blown right past that. This is a super cool game. So let's go over what you do. First thing you do is you pay $1. You can do it on the website. It's $1.50 on the website just because that's the minimum charge he can make on there. But you can also PayPal or Venmo Tyler. Like I said, if you guys are interested in that, just hit me up in the comments and I will get you set up. Like I said, the setup is really simple. So it's every Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern. And what we do, it's on the Woolly Wizard YouTube channel. Once you pay your fee, your $1 fee, you go in, and it's $1 Canadian, mind you, so it's actually less than $1 American. You go in, he puts you on the wheel, and all it is a big random name picker wheel, you know. And when you pay that $1, once you get into the stream, you also get to pick 1 cent off the side. So on the side, he's got all these different cents scrolling up and down, and I mean, there's some really good ones on there, and there's a bunch of them. So you pick your cent, it goes on to a separate wheel, right? So generally, he has a guest on there. He says to the guest, hey, what do we want to spin for this first time? So your first spin, he's going to actually spin for somebody in the audience's name. All right, and he generally lets the guest pick, what do we want to have them do? So, and it'll be add 2 cents and remove 1, or double something up, you know. So it's adding, removing, or doubling up cents that are already there. So the guest, we'll pick that, whoever's name comes up, even if it's the guest, they get to do that. And we'll do that 2 or 3 times, and each time he lets the guest come up with something different. You know, it could be add 2, double 2, remove 2. You know, really any combination you can think up, within reason, of course. I always say, you know, add 64 and remove 1, you know, just to kind of be funny. But so that's kind of the rules on that. And once they do that a few times, and we got a whole bunch of cents on that wheel, and we got a whole bunch that are doubled up, and we've taken all the yucky ones out, he'll spin for the first cent. So he also lets the guest pick, how many cents do you want to go into this profile, and how many do they have to keep, how many does the winner have to keep, and how many do they have to throw away. And so it'll be, let's spin for 5, and they have to keep at least 4 of them so they can remove 1, you know, or let's spin for 5 and you have to keep all 5, you know, just something like that. Any combination, really, within reason again. So you go through, you pick the cents, and in between, you know, in between each pick of the wheel on your cents, they do little interview style questions, stuff like that, you know, just to kind of make the game take a little longer, kind of draw it out a little bit. It's a lot of fun in the chat, you know. And then by the time we got 5 cents, you know, it's been 30-45 minutes. So now we're ready to spin for a name. So they spin for a name. Let's just say I went, and it's blueberry, orange, strawberry, and maple and bacon, you know. Mick, what do you want to keep? You know, I say, hey, I want to keep it all. Okay, so we keep it all. That's the end of it. You know, or I can say, hey, let's remove bacon. You know, he takes bacon out. That's a cent profile. But he also throws little hitches in there. He throws a sabotage, winner's choice, and mystery. So mystery, he picks the cent that goes in there, 1 cent, just one of the notes to the profile. Sabotage means once you get the profile, they get to spin another name, and they can screw with that cent to make it bad or good, you know. And then winner's choice is just that. Whoever wins it, they get to add that last cent profile. So really, guys, as far as roulette goes, that's pretty much it. And then right before we leave every week, we have the bonus wheel. And there's things like 15 to 30% off, free patches like this right here. There's also a couple of really good prizes on the bonus wheel. One of them is help Tyler create the next cent. And then another one is play another round. So if it comes up on play another round, we just start all over and do it again. You know, and a lot of times somebody in the audience will kick Tyler, however, if say there's 25 people in there, they'll throw Tyler $25 and we'll play another round. And then a lot of times Tyler will just do free rounds, an extra free round, you know, just to kind of make the stream take a little bit longer. You know, like if we're having, you know, a good time in there, everybody's hanging out, having fun, getting along, you know, stuff like that. So guys, really that is roulette in a nutshell. That's going to do it for today's video. I appreciate everybody for joining, and we will catch you on the next one. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. If you're new here and you want to support the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and remember to follow me across all social medias.